Hello everyone, the gamer from Game Smashers 101 here. Just gonna be doing another one of these Let's Talk a Bit videos. So finally, the summer anime for 2019 has finally come to an end. You know, it feels like yesterday I just started this season, but here we are already at the end of summer. But there was a lot of good animes that came out, you know, they left their mark on us. Most of this season was actually a good season, you know, or from the ones I've watched. There was Machikado Mazoku. Forgive me for my pronunciation. I'm not good at pronouncing Japanese stuff, but yeah, so that was that show. Really funny show. Yes, really funny and cute show. There was Joshi Kosei no Madazukai. That's how you say that. That's also a funny show. You know, Karakai Jozo no Takagaki-san. Second season. Cute show. There was Dumbbell Nan Kilo Motoru. And really also a funny show. Mausama Retry. You know, Given, Grand Blem. That's how you say it. That's how you say that, right? Yeah, so many good shows. There's still shows that are continuing, like Vinland Saga, Doctor Stone, Einen no Show by Bowtie. I apologize if I say anything wrong. Forgive me. But yes. So that's from the shows I've seen. There's more shows, but I'm not gonna list all of them that I've watched. There's also other shows I haven't watched. But, you know, like with every single video I do in my Let's Talk a Bit, I'm gonna take out 2 animes and 2 mangas that I've read. The mangas could be any manga I've read or finished that I really enjoyed that I want to talk about it here because this is my Let's Talk a Bit. 2 mangas, 2 animes. Maybe something interesting at the end, but sometimes I don't want to extend these videos to make it like maybe 20 plus minutes long. But anyways, so first anime. So I really enjoyed watching this anime. It left me like happy, or the ending made me happy. But if you don't know what anime I'm talking about Araburu Kusetsu no Otome Domoyo, which I think translated to English would be called Maidens of the Savage Season. Really, really good show. If you missed this show or you skipped this thinking, oh, I don't want to see this, watch it, okay? It's a must watch. I know sometimes I say you could maybe skip the show, you know, you don't really need to watch, but this show here, you need to watch it. If there is an English manga of this, I am going to buy it, because like I say, when I enjoy something, I buy it. I want to have merch from it because I really enjoy it. So, what is this show? It's about a group of 5 girls, you know, who are in a literature club. They all have their own perspective of, how do I put this, the sex, right? And because of that becomes like a daily, like a thing that involves around them, and it starts revolving around, you know, their worlds and stuff. I think that's the best way I could put it. Like, if you guys still don't understand it, let's just say it's like going through, like, when you start going through the phasing of liking someone, right? That's a better way to put it. And you want to be more involved. This is what these characters are. So, the main characters are Onodera Kazusa, Rika, Sonezaki, Hitoa, Honogo, Sodo Momoko, and Sugawara Nina. Those are like the 5 main characters. Yeah, they're in the literature club. They all have their each personalities, and they face their own like problems and situations. My favorite was Rika with her boyfriend. Like that was really, really cute. Alright. This is a really good show. I don't really want to spoil much. But let's just say the ending ended up with them smiling in a group, and it was really a fun, amazing story. I don't know if it's still continuing or it's finished from where the anime finished. So I don't know that because I watched the anime, not the writing. I haven't read the manga. So if it did finish like that in the manga, I'm happy. It's a good ending. Funny thing is, what's his friend's name? Okay, yes, the name of the other guy, or I think it was the first episode with Izumi, which is the one that Kazusa likes, and sees it freaking it, the pounding it. I think that's a better term to use it. And then from then on, every single episode is just like, oh my god, this and this, and like, I forgot which episode was it where it all goes down. Like it's like starts up all good, innocent, and then it starts going downhill to like, oh shit, oh. I'm not the one to tell you guys about these types of stuff or like shows to watch, but I really enjoyed this show, even towards the ending. Really love these characters. Really amazing show. I'm not really that good at explaining to watch these shows, but I really recommend it for you guys. Such a good show. Or if not, maybe read the manga if you don't like watching stuff. And yeah, spoiler time for the ending. I've noticed something too at the ending. I took a screenshot of the ending where they're all grouped up, all painted, covered, in colors. One of the characters, Hongo Hitoa, the way she's posed there, is that a Ashita no Joe reference? I'm sorry, I know sometimes it probably gets annoying that I talk about Ashita no Joe, but like, look at it. You can't tell me that's not a reference. Yes, I know, any character could pose like that. Wow, it's not special. But come on, it kind of looks like it. Unless she was flipped around, then it would kind of more look like it, but, it just... Alright, but this show, really amazing show. You'll feel for some of these characters. Oh shit. But if anything, guys, that's the season anime that I want to talk about. Second anime. So when I was getting into anime, this is one of the animes I've watched that really left me literally left the impact in me, right? Which is Fruit Basket. I don't know when the original was released, but I do remember watching when I was younger. I really loved all the characters. Toru, Kyo, Yuki, Shigure. Like, they're really lovable characters, especially the other supporting characters. And obviously the supporting cast are based off the Zodiacs, the Chinese Zodiacs. But that was from the original series that I remember. Because this season, we got a remake of Fruits Basket. From what I've heard, I think it's a more faithful adaptation to the series than the original anime was. But nonetheless, I still enjoyed watching this. I do remember some bits and pieces because it's been a while since I've watched the anime. But I feel like Fruits Basket first season takes it a little bit more serious in the tones of like sadness and stuff, or drama, I should say. Really good show. I know everyone probably has watched this show. I can't really say much about it because I'd say this is better in forms of like, how do I say this? Being serious and having good artwork, right? The original series is like kind of like in its animation style, but it was still pretty good. I can't really say much because I grew up with the original series, so I kind of favored the original over the new season, but the new season was better doing with storytelling wise than the original. But anyways, I'm not trying to compare to say which one's better. I'm just saying that Fruits Basket's first season was amazing. It left off with the final part with a character I actually don't know much about, but it left off with a character. I don't know the name of the character because, like I said, I never read the manga. It did leave off saying there's gonna be a second season, so that's good. It's gonna be next year, I think. I can't wait next year. Well, we're almost close to ending this year, so I guess it's kind of, you know, not really much of a wait, but still, I can't wait for next year. I think there's only gonna be 2 seasons, I believe, and I can't wait to see how this show finishes, especially waiting all those years just so they could make another remake of the first season, just so they could finish off the series, because I want to see how the series ends. I never got to read it, but here I am finally going to see how it ends. Hopefully it's heartfelt, warming as it is. This is an amazing series, I just say that. So those was 2 animes we talked about. Really enjoyed those 2. It's sad that they have to come to an end, but like I said, these animes, or the animes we watch, stay with us even though they end. We may forget it in time, but they'll stay with us and we'll remember it. So it's time for 2 mangas to talk about. What are the 2 mangas I'm going to talk about? Well, the first one is finally completed, or it actually been completed a while back. I just never got to talk about it. I really enjoyed this series. It was funny. Sad at times, but funny. It's called Heaven by Sasaki Noriko. And if you don't know the main character, one of the main characters is called Iga. He was a waiter in a French restaurant until I forgot what the woman's name was, but she comes in and says, "Hey, you wanna join the restaurant I'm about to open?" And he was just like, "Sure, why not?" He joins the restaurant, and he finds out the restaurant is complete chaos. When I say chaos, I mean like it's not put well. It's like all rusty and all this. But you go through the adventures with these guys. You meet friends along the way. And yeah, they do this, do that, and they try to make the restaurant good. I'd say I was sad when it ended, especially when they were gonna they had a decision to sell their restaurant, and they didn't want to because they had so much fun memories in the restaurant until it burned down. I think that's what happened. I forget. It's been a while since I read it, but I think that's what happened, and it was just like, fuck. Yeah, but then there was a time skip where everyone's doing their thing. I think it only showed Iga and the owner of the restaurant in a future scene. I was really sad when that happened. I was like, damn, time passed. And then I forgot what they said, the last 2 things they said to each other. But yeah, that's how it ended though. But it's like with every single show out there, it's not about the outcome. Or with any story in general, it's not about at the end. It's about the journey, right? In Heaven, this story about a restaurant that's not really that good because they ended up working near a cemetery for some reason. It's the journey that you take with these characters, and you really enjoy reading it. Would I recommend it, you guys? In a way, yeah. But if you don't really like slow stories that take its time with its characters, I wouldn't recommend it, because it's kind of like a long read. There is 45 chapters with 6 volumes, I think, that ever came out. So, second manga. I'm trying to keep it short here, guys. It's called My Home. The author Munko. You do remember if you ever watched my other Let's Talk About, I talked about another manga called Dakara Miyoko Desu. Yes, it's the same author that wrote that, My Home. So she is mostly based around an elementary schooler who has to take care of his father, even though it's supposed to be the other way around, but the father's kind of an idiot, so sometimes she has to deal with it. He goes to school. It's like a comedy. It's like almost like a 4-com, somewhat. But You see the lives of both of them. They interact with each other. It's funny. She kind of gets annoyed at the father for like comes as a dumbass, but it's still funny nonetheless. There's 55 chapters in this manga. It is finished now. You know, towards the end it started getting a little bit sad when you the reason why the mother left, and a decision to be like, it's either the father or, you know, it gets sad at the end, but then it picks up and then you left out with a feel good ending. It's a fun read. Would I recommend it for everyone? No. Alright. It is enjoyable read, but I think most people who like action and stuff will not like this manga. But it is a fun little read if you want to read it. I recommend it to you guys, or the ones who are watching the series who know stuff, or from my point of view, right? I'd say that it's a better term to use than saying it's a really good manga. So those were it. 2 mangas, 2 animes. Didn't really go much into detail on most of the stuff. Like I said, this is just off the bat. I just hit record and I record everything, and I just go on talking what I can, and that's just my let's talk a bit. I know I should be a little bit more organized, a little bit more formatted and stuff like that, but hey, I was originally supposed to upload an unboxing, but I forgot this is the end of the season, and a lot of animes I've watched already ended, so, or from the ones I've watched ended, so I just want to talk about some of them, or mention some. Not really much else to say, other than I will be hopefully uploading more content. I still got some figurines I haven't unboxed. I know the Evangelion ones should have been up a while back, but I think there's other people you could watch besides me to unbox those reaction heroes. I also have some other figurines I can unbox. But yeah, so that's it for this one, guys. So wait, before I end it, the anime to recommend for today, or for this season, Hokuto no Ken, Fist of the North Star. I know a lot of people know about it with the Kenshiro with his fast fist saying "Omae wa mo shinderu." Trust me, believe me, he does not say it. He does not say it, like, rarely after the first season. The show's not just about fast fists hitting someone really quick and them exploding and dying. There's much more story into it. It's amazing. It's manly. It's an awesome show. Do yourself a favor. Go watch Fist of the North Star. Amazing story. Lovable characters. I don't know about read the manga, but I heard that the ending, they haven't adapted some of the manga. But I'd say watch the anime because it kind of leaves more of an impact with characters, and the soundtrack is just amazing. Don't base the show around Atatata's Omae wa mo shinderu, because it's more than just that. That's the anime I want to recommend you guys. Watch Hokuto no Ken. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for this one. I'm probably gonna cut this down. Hopefully it's not more than 20 plus. And yeah, there's probably a lot more I could say, but hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll upload my unboxing maybe Sunday, but hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.